Coming to you from the Amazon Games community team, it's the Lost Ark Academy Debate Club with your host, straight out of the Roxx box, it's Roxx.
Welcome to the Lost Ark Academy Debate Club. This is where our contestants debate to prove they have what it takes not to be a Mokoko. I'm Roxx, and I'm here to make sure we stay safe and have fun. Right, Mokoko?
Photosensitive seizure warning. If you or anyone in your family have an epileptic condition, consult your physician prior to playing Lost Ark.
All right, let's get things started and bring out our first contestant. Here's DatModz. Next up, Bobajenny.
Hi, everyone.
Next up, we're gonna bring out Grenton. And finally, we have Stoopzz.
Yeah, it's the live finale soon. Vote for me, please. I'm gonna lose.
Lots of confidence today, so we'll take that right into our warm-up debate. 2 versus 2. You already know the only rule is that there are no rules. Get it all out of your system right now. So for today's warm-up debate, the topic is, what is the hardest Guardian raid to complete on item level? I'm gonna have you both decide on your topics first, and then I'll give you a minute to strategize.
Okay.
Okay. Title lows.
Yeah.
Mix.
Well, yeah, we know they're gonna probably go.
Topics. Team behind the rock. What is your choice? How much more time do you need?
We're gonna go Talos.
Okay. Other team behind the bongos?
We're gonna do Velganos.
All right. I will give you all your actual minute to strategize now if you need any more time.
I don't remember Talos. No, it doesn't matter. That's like the easy choice, right? It's like the...
It's the first hard one, so it's even more challenging.
So, this is episode 12, the final episode of the Lost Ark Academy Debate Club. The live season finale is right around the corner. That live season finale is where you, the viewers, are all going to decide who is not a Mokoko. Pretty exciting. All season long, nothing I have done here has mattered, but suddenly it's all in your hands and everything you do is going to matter. August 24th at 10 a.m. Pacific time on twitch.tv/playlostark. So be sure to tune in and join us for the live season finale of the show. We hope to see you there. All right, to me, this means you've had way more than enough time to strategize, so I'm gonna get things started with the warm-up debate. Go right ahead, let's get into it.
Okay, listen up. The reason why we picked Talos is because
I'm listening.
It's early on in the game, in Tier 1. People are still getting acclimated to the game. They're still learning mechanics. Things are foreign and unknown. Talos introduces the first one-shot mechanic in the entire game. You have to stand in circles. You have to time it. Sometimes they overlap and you get stacks quicker. And if you get petrified before the white mechanic comes out, you die. And you have to reset.
It's a steeper learning curve.
You're right. Talos sucks. Talos, I'm not sure which one it is, but it does suck.
I think it's Talos, not Talos.
Sure, but
Because production.
you're right.
Okay.
It was one of the first challenging Guardians. However, as players got more experienced, they still struggled with Velganos.
True.
In my opinion, if it's the only one I've ever seen being bussed, people paying for a bus or giving up some other mats to get through it.
Talos too. Not only
You
did
moved on
people
past-
bust
you
it,
moved on
it was
past it.
so
Nerfed,
challenging.
We didn't.
They nerfed it early on.
You're
because
right,
The community
but we
was
didn't-
crying
you are-
about how
you are
hard
correct,
it was. It was
but
gatekeeping
we
them
did-
from Tier 2 Guardian
you
raid. They
are
couldn't
correct.
progress early on.
You are correct, right? But you only had to do it once and you moved on. People would move on rather quickly. But on Velganos, we were there.
You don't farm Velganos multiple times.
You had to. We were stuck there.
No.
That was the Argos pass.
No.
You don't remember. I gave you credit when you were right, but I'm right on this one. We're stuck on Velganos.
You just see your Velganos.
When Argos, when Argos was the end game, Velganos was also the end game Guardian raid. We didn't have Descaludi yet.
People did
We
it
didn't have
one
Descaludi
time.
yet, and there are multiple factors
People
why.
either bought a bus for
My
Velganos
own
because the
teammates
lead stones are
interrupted me.
more,
Yeah.
and then either they, I just had to cut him off.
That's fine.
And then also, it was one of the only Guardian raids that people would rather go into solo because
Yeah.
That's right.
you could wipe your entire group, not just die yourself like in Talos
It's
if you
easier
missed the
in
white
solo
map.
mode.
Talos, that map, not that bad. Velganos,
That map was
only fighting the boss, you were also fighting the map. Sometimes you couldn't even complete the map.
As long as you landed your pheromones, it was correct. And you got
No, but
plenty of
sometimes-
time to
no,
land
no,
your pheromones for him to transfer.
The pizza mech going into the
Listen,
wall.
Mr. Mods.
Now, if
hold
you,
on.
land,
I
if
haven't
you
said
did not
anything
time
yet.
your pheromone
You
correctly,
started the
yeah, the
argument.
boss would teleport you out to wander around
You
like
let
a little
Stoopzz talk, 'cause I'm
potato.
gonna interrupt him after.
Okay, you go now, sir.
I'm gonna end the warm-up debate
That's not
because you
fair,
are
bro. That's not
stressing
fair.
Bobajenny out. Leave her
No,
alone.
this is not fair.
I don't want to let you cook, man.
It's a warm-up. Nobody wins anyway. We're all still losers until someone wins. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead to a commercial break, and when we get back, we'll go into our final 1v1 debate of our last episode before the live finale.
You're talking a lot of smack behind that mushroom.
Wait, you got no one farmed Volganos for a long
had to,
period.
you
No,
wanted-
you only
you
did
had
it
to.
once.
Why would you farm Volganos?
Because it gave more leads, and you're
we didn't
trying to
have
push
Deska
Everyone
yet.
did. Everyone did the
No,
lesser
we got
tier ones.
Deska, and we got Vaulted, and when Argos was our endgame for a long ass time.
I
Can
watched
put this
you
in,
do
please?
Ice Turtle instead of
I don't
Volganos.
No, listen,
More
listen.
people did Kungalana.
The debate's over, and I still can't talk. This is some fucked up shit. This is insane.
Fine,
clear for-
our director tells me there is an exception made
Okay.
in this case.
That's right. We were farming Volganos. He was our end game, and Argos was our end game, okay? And it wasn't just the pheromones. Sometimes the mechanics would go off the map, so you couldn't even do the pizza. You'd have to run away
You
from
just
the boss.
outrange it and you wait for the next
every
reset.
pattern on Volganos could kill you. The little breath. There was multiple white mechanics, and there was a reason why you did it solo, because if somebody ate up everything or did it incorrectly and they lost the buffs, you do 0 damage. Everyone knows Volganos. I mean, look, you can comment in the comments. They're all going to say Volganos. You had to do Titleos like one time and then you left. Yes, he was challenging. I'm not here to debate that. But what I am here to debate is that
Yes, you are.
Volganos was the most difficult guardian on item level, and that's why they said it gave you your Lost Ark passport.
That's right, the Korean passport.
Yeah.
Wait, cut that out.
Are we done?
By the way, we were on the same team. We were talking
Are we
about how
done? Does
taught you-
everybody feel better? Are we
You
okay?
feel better?
No, but
I'm good.
that's
you
not
need
what
to
I'm
jump
saying.
in.
No, I am not.
They didn't have to
debating.
nerf Volganos though.
Yeah, they never nerfed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because
He
they released
came
new
nerfed.
content.
He
that
came nerfed.
Yeah, he came
We're not talking about game nerf
I'm
though.
just saying.
He's just saying.
Titleos was even harder before.
Yeah, that's because you suck.
It's way harder for
You suck.
Damn.
Good man.
Wow, that's freaking mean. Wow.
I know what's happening here. You're all upset because this is our last episode before the live finale. It's okay. I'm glad we're giving you a safe space to get all your feelings out. It's okay to be a little bit upset.
I'm frustrated today.
Oh, it's gonna be a fun debate.
I know. It'll be okay. All right, we'll get right back to it after our commercial break, and we'll have the 1v1 debate. I have a feeling this is going to be interesting.
Rigged. But you can still vote for me in the live finale of the Lost Ark Academy Debate Club.
Did you say worst mount ever? Well, do I have a deal for you. Come on down to Grenton's Mount Emporium for lightly used but high quality mounts. You want horses? We got horses. You like turtles? We got those too. Hoverboards, Mokoko boards, clouds, you name it. You want to ride around in a bubble? Well, I got this one right here. But wait, today only, I'm giving all my customers 25% off. And for the fancier customers who want to get this horse, I will include this saddle, ridden on by King Cyrain himself. So use this mount to get to our live finale of the Lost Ark Academy Debate Club today.
Hi, I'm Aeromancer, and I'm here to give you the weather. That doesn't look Maharaka ready. Let's change that. Now it's clear skies and sunny all week. That's it for the weather. Now, let's hear from my fans.
Dear Aeromancer, why didn't you come last month?
Because I was f***ing busy. Now, the forecast is lightning.
All right, we are back. Everyone has taken a moment, gotten a juice box, calmed down, and it is now time for our 1v1 debate. Remember, contestant 1 will have 1 minute to make their argument, contestant 2 will have 1 minute to make their argument, and then each will have 1 minute for a response. So for our last topic today, what is the most epic boss fight in Lost Ark. Now I'm gonna have both of you decide what fight you're gonna argue for before I give you your time to strategize.
Akan Gate 3.
All right, he's ready. Grenton, how are you feeling?
Belshazzar Gate 6.
Okay, let's give you that moment to strategize and then we'll get into it.
I'm nervous.
What do you feel? What's very epic to you in the game?
Oh man, Belshazzar Gate 6 has really good music. The atmosphere and setting is really cool.
You nervous, man?
It can be a little time consuming, but overall the aesthetic of the fight is really appealing.
I think the soundtrack for Belshazzar Gate 6 is what made it so popular because it ties in together with the raid so well.
Yeah, I really like the use of the word epic here. It makes it a lot more, kind of opinion-based. So I'm very curious to see what they'll say. All right, debaters, you look ready. Are you feeling ready?
I made myself dizzy. I'm ready to go.
I don't know why I'm so nervous right now.
It's a big day. It's a big episode, but you're doing great.
You mean that?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
She's nicer to me all of a sudden.
We had like Roxx character development throughout the season.
I was always like this. You're
No.
just pissing me off.
So you weren't always like
I heard you guys talking when I was behind them bushes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. But you know what? Stoopzz, I have changed. I'm going to give you the first argument. Your 1 minute starts now.
Okay. Belshazzar Gate 6 is a pretty epic encounter, right? But it's not the latest encounter, right? The latest encounter, depending on when you're watching this video, I might be in Akan jail. However, Akan is the sickest fight in Lost Ark. It combines all of the elements that make a Legion raid great. You can get knocked off platforms, you have individual responsibility, but not to the extent of Belshazzar. And the music and the soundtrack is epic. Also, one of the unique things, spoiler alert, is that there's special sidereal interactions within the raid that do not exist in Belshazzar. It's the latest raid, so they've kind of upped the game a little bit. You fight Akan who thinks a big weenie boy, but then ends up being this huge Giga Chad, and he climbs this weird demon tower, and all these like ghouls are chasing you after. You have Wei coming out shooting a Kamehameha. I hope I can say that. But it's overall a sick encounter with great music. It has all the things that make Belshazzar Gate, but it's the newer version of Brel, and it's less exhausting than Belshazzar because you're not going through so many different things, which kind of keeps your enthusiasm during the fight.
All right, that is your 1 minute. You'll have 1 minute later, I promise. Oh my goodness. All right, Grenton, are you ready for your 1 minute argument?
Does it matter?
No, go ahead and start.
That's what I thought. So you're right. Akan is sick. I mean, I like edgy stuff, and this plague-bearing necromancer with a scythe is right up my alley. But Belshazzar's iconic. You just said, everyone thinks Akan was a weenie boy, right? No one thought Brel was a weenie girl. Okay, she's the Giga Chad, Giga Stacy, whatever you want to say, of the Legion commanders. The only one who's bigger and better is Thamon, right? So she has that notorious reputation. Not only that, you're talking about music. You're gonna look at me and tell me Akan music is better than Brel Gate 6 music?
Yes.
You're out of your mind.
I'm sorry, you're not allowed to talk. I'm sorry.
He asked
I'm
me a
sorry.
question.
I'm sorry. No.
Okay, we can start over.
Okay. No.
All right.
Grenton, keep going.
Yeah, you're out of your mind. Brel Gate 6 is insane. She goes through so many different progressions of the fight. The meteor mechanics are very unique, having to keep track of like how many meteors are hitting each platform. You got geometry in there. You got Shandy showing up to help you out. You're going through different dimensions. It's a really sick fight. There is nothing like it in the game. There probably won't be anything like it again because it was, like you mentioned, it was such a long raid that you felt like you're running a marathon. When you're done, you're rewarded. You're like, damn, I did that. When you're done Con Gate 6, it's the same thing as doing Clown Gate 3. Nothing changed. It's just like, oh, business as usual.
All right, Grenton, that was your time. Stoopzz, you have 1 minute to make your final argument starting now.
Yes, you're right. There won't be anything like that in the game anymore because no one likes Belshazzar Gate 6, okay? It is an epic encounter the first time you do it, but Akan is a very fun fight. And you mentioned Shandy, but there's so much lore interaction that goes inside of the Akan raid that players will find out. On top of that, you said the music's better in Brel. It's not better, man. The guy pops out the little guitar riff and it goes all crazy mode in there. And the fight takes place on multiple different areas. First, you're fighting him on this little platform. Then he goes into the sky and he opens this rift. And then he pulls you into another dimension. He gets huge. And then you're on the water platform. You have to space bar to the water. The fight takes place in multiple areas. Not just this stupid ass little cube in the sky, okay, that breaks off and then randomly respawns. Why does the cube respawn? The meteors come down, then it comes back to life. It doesn't even make any sense. And there's a secret phase. I know you haven't made to the secret phase in Gate 6 on Brel, but there's a secret phase in the con that's unique to hard mode that's way cooler than just her summoning this little orb thing where you have to grab like these things and press one skill.
All right, that is your time. Grenton, you have 1 minute left starting now.
Cube in the sky, you're literally in outer space. You're in the universe trying to save the world from Belshazzar, right? A con, you're just, like you said, you're taking place on different platforms, different environments. That's super cool. And I'm not here to say a con's not cool, because if I could cosplay someone, I'd probably cosplay a con. But Brel is, like I mentioned, she's iconic. She has this reputation. When you defeat Brel, you defeated one of the big bad. When you defeat a con, it just feels like you defeated a henchman. It's just Thamine's homie, You're still waiting for Thamine, but when you defeated Brel, you defeated someone iconic in the story.
You just break her horn off, man, you don't defeat her.
You defeat her. Her horn is very important to her.
You're not supposed to talk. I'm sorry I keep yelling at you, but stop.
Her horn is very iconic, that's part of her power. So you're taking one of the rulers, one of the big bosses down. Not like Vulcan, Clown, Vicus, a con. This is someone on the same level as Thamine. Thamine's the big juicer, Brel's the second best. And for that reason and that reason alone, it's a more epic fight than a con.
Done.
All right, that is your time. I'm gonna bring the spectators over so we can talk about it and we'll make a decision on the winner. All right, that was a very epic debate.
Oh, God.
But I want to know what both of you thought about it. How are you feeling after that?
No, I really like Belshazzar. Like, you're introduced to her early on. You have the Abyss Dungeon. She had this very cool theme, space, dimensional, the inversed worlds and stuff. And Steve made a really compelling argument about a con, about the music and the multi-dimensions also. But I think the most epic thing is I'm not going to have to do Belshazzar Gate 6 anymore. So that's why I think Steve's argument really resonated with me.
All right, how are you feeling, Bobajenny?
I feel like Grenton made some really, really good points about Belshazzar. She is iconic. You were Belshazzar. So
cannot argue with that.
So I feel like
he's gonna be a con too, though.
He could, but Belshazzar is a bit more iconic, like in Loa On and everything. You have a dedicated opera singer coming in to sing her part. I thought that was pretty cool.
All right, any closing thoughts before we make the decision?
It's all on you.
Yeah.
It's all on me.
All you.
Oh my goodness.
Roxx.
Okay.
A con was also at low on.
I didn't.
Just remember that. Just remember that.
I didn't
He's trying to
ask.
get more brownie.
He was playing the guitar.
If he gets more brownie points, question for you, Grenton.
What?
You said you would cosplay a con. Does that mean you would not cosplay Belshazzar?
I'm not as iconic. I'm humble. I know my place.
All right, I was just curious. Wanted to know. All right, I'm going to send these two back to their spot and we will declare our winner. All right, it's time to pick our winner from our 1v1 debate, but remember in advance, it doesn't matter because what does matter is the live season finale that will be coming very soon. For today's debate, Stoopzz.
Yes.
Do you have to pee?
I'm nervous.
Stoopzz. You are a Mokoko.
Oh my God!
Grenton, you are not a Mokoko. I think there's just something undeniable about Belshazzar and how players
You know why I
feel.
won? It's because I humbled myself.
The reason why you won is no one's cleared a con yet. That's why you won.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Sorry, I was responding to my mom. She wants me to win the show.
All right, well, we've made it through a full 12 episodes of the Lost Ark Academy Debate Club. I just wanted to take a moment to thank you all for being here. I know it was hard at times. I know I was hard on you at times, so I really, really appreciate it. How are you all feeling going into the live season finale? I want to know what you thought of the show, what you're kind of looking forward to next.
Feeling extremely confident. Also, disclaimer, don't let people manipulate you. Go with your heart and who you're voting for. That's me. None of these people.
All right, Bobajenny, how are you feeling after the last 12 episodes?
I mean, I've been feeling pretty good. You know, I may not have won all the time, but I think I won, you know, quite a few times. So maybe I could continue to win in the final.
Maybe so. I guess we'll find out. Grenton?
Yeah, no, you're not winning. You used all your one times.
No.
All your luck is
Okay.
done. Listen, I was the punching bag of the show for a long time. So, yeah.
Grenton, thank you for being willing to play the Reaper class. Somebody's got to do it.
Until Soul Leader, but that's okay. You should vote for me because, like I mentioned in my super secret video that no one will watch ever, you need to vote for the underdog. And these guys are just, and Jenny obviously, they're just bullying me, and they're just out there to, you know, keep the short man down.
No, I would never.
Okay. Yeah, you would.
All right, Stoopzz, I know it's been a big day for you. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. In all seriousness, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Shout out to all the staff, the contestants here. It's been a really fun time. Hope you guys enjoyed this experience. And yeah, please vote for me in the finals so I can stop being made fun of in the community. I'd appreciate that.
Even if you win, then it won't stop.
No one even makes fun of you. Who are you talking about? You're like everyone's
It's just
favorite
your
person.
trap.
That's a lot,
one
man. They
makes
call me a
fun of
bozo,
you.
man. You know that. I'm the
Well, some
biggest-
things are true, but
Never mind, I'm no longer the punchy bag. Stoopzz is now the punchy bag.
All right, it seems like emotions are running a little high, but we are all very glad to be here and be a part of this show. If you missed it the first 12 times I said it, this is not goodbye, it's see you later, or see you very soon, because next up is the live series finale of the Lost Ark Academy Debate Club. This is where the community will vote on who is and who is not a Mokoko, and we will finally be able to prove that the show's not rigged live. All right, we're really looking forward to it, and we'll see you there.
Jazz hands.
If you're interested in watching more Lost Ark content, be sure to like and subscribe because it helps us out.
내 무기는 그냥 강력하기만 한 게 아니야. 디자인도 중요.